Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Friends, relatives of those fatally shot in Negril stage protests outside police station. Family and friends of Shane Grandison and Richard Mosley, who were fatally shot by the police in Red Ground, Negril on Monday, staged a protest on Tuesday morning. More than 20 placard-bearing people held a peaceful demonstration in front of the Negril police station in the heart of the town as members of a police team kept a watchful eye. Reports from the police are that Grandison and Mosley were killed during a confrontation with lawmen. It is alleged that the police were fired at and, in fear of their lives, took evasive action and returned gunfire. However, Grandison's mother, Ingrid Grandison, told reporters that her son is innocent. He's a UTech student. My husband and my father died in 2020, and he came home to help me in my family business, the distraught mother said, revealing that her son recently got approved for a gun license. What a person like that, who get approved for a gun license, went and bought the gun and everything. He's waiting on his ID card to go back for the gun. He has everything going on for him and he's not mad. Why would he shoot at the police? The distressed mother questioned. I hope justice will be served. My heart out of my body. This boy was my heartbeat, she continued. Mosley's mother, Joanne Young, is also hoping to get justice for her son. He's a jovial person. Everybody and him a friend. I want justice for him because I know him don't shoot after nobody, Young stated. The relatives and friends of the deceased have vowed to continue the protest until they get justice. In the meantime, Zone 4 Commander for the Little London and Negril Police Division Superintendent of Police, Sean J. Mitchell, told reporters that the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom is currently conducting a probe into the incident. Sometime last evening, we had an incident in the Red Ground area where two men were fatally shot by the police during a confrontation. A firearm was recovered, and at this moment, relatives are protesting the death of at least one of the persons, DSP Mitchell said. Body of police recruit recovered by divers. The body of a police recruit, Randre Pike, was on Tuesday recovered after he was presumed to have drowned at Tranquility Bay in St. Elizabeth a day earlier. Pike's body was said to have been found by divers. It is understood that Pike was attempting to assist a fellow recruit when he also encountered difficulties while swimming at the beach. Despite being described as a strong swimmer, he was said to have been overcome by a current. The 19-year-old was part of Batch 150, who started their training journey with the Jamaica Constabulary Force in March 2023. Staff at UWI Open Campus remain off the job in protest of late payment of June salaries. Staff at the Open Campus of the University of the West Indies in Jamaica remain off the job in protest of late payment of their June salaries. The approximately 60 workers represented by the West Indies group of university teachers comprise academic, senior administrative and professional staff and are based at a number of locations across the island. President Professor Paul Brown reiterated that normalcy will not be restored until staff are paid. He notes that management has yet to provide an update on the salaries. Professor Brown points to the possibility of an escalation in the industrial action if a positive outcome is not achieved soon.
What yesterday represented was an escalation because we had served the campus notice before, because this now, in terms of the late payments of salaries, is becoming a chronic issue. So it used to be acute. We would have threatened before and monies would have been found within a few days. Now this is the worst in terms of salaries being late. And in a week's time, July salaries are going to be due with no indication of how things will go in terms of satisfying even last month, which is overdue. What we have heard is that they're still trying to fill the gap between what it is that they have in hand and what is needed for the payroll. And this would have been with respect to June salaries. There's nothing being said about July salaries, which is coming up. There could be other aspects as it relates to protest action, but we wouldn't say that at this point. Okay. Just to indicate what it is that is in place. We are going public in terms of exposing the issue nationally, and then we will escalate even further as necessary.
We have done nothing wrong. Outgoing NCB top exec Hilton and Cohen break silence. Outgoing NCB Financial Group President and Chief Executive Officer Patrick Hilton and his deputy Dennis Cohen have broken their silence following the announcement of their pending exit from the company. In a joint statement on Tuesday after the company's announcement that it was parting ways with the two top executives, Hilton and Cohen, said the media coverage had triggered concern among persons close to them, including family members, compelling them to make some clarity statement. We cannot sit quietly by and allow our integrity to be impugned by speculation and a misinterpretation of the facts and circumstances, they stated in the release. Ladies and gentlemen, we have noted certain comments in the media and wish to make some clarifying comment. In addition, we have been receiving numerous calls and queries from members of the media. Our first inclination was to ignore these comments, but we are being divulged with messages and phone calls from family members, concerned persons internal to NCB and in our local society, and from persons overseas. As you will appreciate, we are professionals who have carefully built our career and our reputation over decades of service in the sector in general and at NCB in particular. We have established a stellar record of performance over those years, which speaks for itself. We cannot sit quietly by and allow our integrity to be impugned by speculation and misinterpretation of the facts and circumstances. Firstly, we have done nothing wrong where our compensation is concerned. All we have done is accepted payments as approved by the board consequent to our surrender and return to the company of some 13.8 billion of shares which were then owned free and clear in July 2021. The appropriate stock exchange releases were made at the time, and it was indicated that the company would be compensating us over that time for this act of surrender and return of the shares. Earlier this year, we were asked to consider amendments to our compensation, which would reduce the quantum, and we made certain proposals in that regard. We are asked to take a look again, which we did, and we recently presented another set of proposals to result in the deferral of a significant portion of our compensation. The board requested that we look at further adjustments which would hit a particular target. We did so, and I verbally shared those proposals with Professor Alvin Wint when he was acting as chairman. We were scheduled to discuss them with him on Monday morning. A special board meeting was held on Sunday, and we were subsequently informed by Chairman Lee Chin that the board has taken a decision to ask us to go on leave while certain discussion regarding a negotiation separation take place. We agreed to proceed in this manner. Like so many other persons, we have families including siblings, children, friends, and professional colleagues. The feedback some of our family and friends have been getting from these news reports has caused them undue concern and distress. We do not believe this is fair to us or to them in all circumstances. Please remember to subscribe, like, share,